Welcome to the Labyrinth at Brook. So guys, you may hear the tractor running all around the property right now because we are bringing in loads of stone to work on a project today in the Labyrinth, and I'm really excited to bring you guys along. So thank you so much for spending some time with me on the channel today. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already so we can spend more time together in the gardens and in the farmhouse. I appreciate you so much. If you haven't seen the Labyrinth video, I did a walkthrough. It's on my channel. You can check that out where I show you all the way through what we built here. But just to recap a little bit, we decided to build this because we dream big here. We use our imaginations, we throw out the rule book, and yeah, it's just been this magical place for our family to enjoy. I want to encourage you guys to use your imaginations and dream big when it comes to your own garden. You may not build a giant labyrinth in the backyard unless, of course, you're a Jim Henson fan, and then kudos to you. But whatever you dream, build it, guys. Dream outside the box. Make your home and gardens a place of magic and tranquility and sanctuary for you and your family. So we decided to use the lattice that you see here instead of like yew or something that takes a really long time to grow and mature so that it would actually be a walled garden, and yew are also very costly. So we use the lattice, and the plan is that we're going to grow vines, both flowering and non-flowering, up the sides of this, so it'll be a wall of green. And I have to tell you, my 6-year-old loves this garden so much. We play hide and seek in here all the time. So today we're going to be building what I like to call an Alice in Wonderland walkway right here in this spot where you enter into the walled garden. I think it's going to be so magical and cool. Jackson is actually home from school today, and he has his shovel. He is all ready to help out. And we're also going to plant up 2 beautiful clematis bushes. Hi, Jackson. He is ready to dig in the dirt. So come on, guys, let's get started. So here is the main entrance to the labyrinth. There's a back entrance as well, but this hose here won't be there. We have not got our watering system in the labyrinth yet, but that is on the agenda to do. But this is just the hose to water the fruit trees in the orchard, because we have a small orchard in here. So this is the walkway. And guys, this is what I'm planning to do. I think it's going to be really cool, guys, but as you probably can see, there's some dips in this right here where it's not even, and we can't lay stone if it's like that. So while we plan to leave grass here in between the stones, we are going to have to reseed some of the grass when we fill in with dirt to level it out. So it'll go all the way down here, and then down this way, and to the end right there until you go into the main room. So we're making progress, guys. We've laid all of the stone down, except for the pieces we're going to have to pull out our saw and cut. These pieces just need to be trimmed down a bit so they'll go in along the edges. And then we thought about digging all these stones down, but after some careful consideration, we've decided it would be better to sacrifice some of our dirt from the dirt we had delivered and fill in, rather than to take the time to dig down each one of these stones, which would be very labor intensive and take a really long time. So we're just going to come and dump some dirt here and fill in and make it a little bit taller. It should be pretty level and look really nice, and then we'll reseed the grass in the walkway area. This is so exciting. Look at this. I hope you guys can start to see the vision I'm having for this with this very Alice in Wonderland walkway. Obviously, we need to do some fandangling here when you go into the first garden room, but we will figure that out. But I hope you guys can start to see what I'm going for. I think it's going to be so magical. Let me back up so you can get a look of it. Just imagine that with grass growing in between. It's going to be really cool. While Dan is continuing to put down dirt over the Alice in Wonderland walkway, I'm busy in the first gardening room prepping the beds for planting, and I'm really excited about this, guys. This is a few years in the making, so to actually walk into the Labyrinth and see plants and flowers in here is going to be so amazing. So I'm going to grab the rototiller and till this all up, till all the compost in, and then I have 2 beautiful clematis to plant today. And I did go to the garden center and pick up a bunch of plants for in here. I will do a video on that in a few days, so check my channel, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll plant this all up. But I want to wait until my seedlings are completely hardened off because I have some perennials that I grew myself that I want to put in this garden room. Here is the first of the 2 clematis that I bought to grow up the lattice behind me. Check out these burgundy colored blooms. Aren't those gorgeous? And it's full of new blooms up here, so it looks good and healthy. And this is called Rosemore clematis, in case you really like this color. And of course, clematis prefer morning sun, so part sun and then shade in the afternoon. And this one, they get very big, which is wonderful if you have a lot of space to cover. This one gets 8 to 12 feet. That's the mature size. And I believe this one blooms spring, summer, and fall. So this will be a great one. Look at this bloom that's about to open. Isn't that gorgeous? And then the other color that I got was this beauty right here. Check out the blooms on that. Isn't that gorgeous? I have this color out in the front of my house and it's just a showstopper. It's so pretty. This one is H.F. Young clematis. This one gets 15 feet by 9 feet wide at its maturity. And This one does not bloom in the fall. This one blooms in the spring and the summer. So in this garden room here, I have a mixed sunlight situation. So as you can see, it might be showing well on camera, this bed tends to get full sun, and then this also gets full sun, and then over here it gets more shade and very much dappled sun. So over here I'm thinking is going to be the best place to put these clematis, that they're going to be the happiest there. Live long and prosper, my little plant friends. And now it's time to seed up the Alice in Wonderland walkway with grass. Guys, I'm really glad that they dye the grass seed green, because it really shows you, even though the grass isn't grown up yet, how it's going to look when it is green grass between each paver. I love how this project came out so much. It was a tremendous amount of work, but I think it was so worth it. I think once the grass comes in a couple of weeks, which I will do an update video for you guys with, it's going to be so just cool. Gardening friends, thank you so much for joining me and my family here in the gardens at Lily Brook. I'm really excited to just dig my hands in the dirt in this Labyrinth garden. Be sure to subscribe so you can spend more time with me here in the gardens and in the farmhouse. Like I said, in a few days' time, I'm going to be posting a video of me planting up the first garden bed where I planted the clematis today. I have a bunch of beautiful plants that I'm going to plant in there. But this video was just getting so massively long. I figured I would do that in a different video for you guys. And I will share the progress of how the Alice in Wonderland walkway grows in with the grass, because I know that it's just gonna be so cool when it's done. Guys, your time is precious, and I'm so appreciative you spent it with us today. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart for just being amazing gardening friends. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.